Okay, so I had 11 people register for the class, but I'm not gonna wait for all 11 because they never all show up. So once the class is done and I'm done with my own dinner and stuff, I will email you all a recipe booklet and a discount shopping link if that interests you for registering. If you have a question, just interrupt me and just say it out loud. If you put it in the chat, like the computer's too far away from me, I won't be able to read what you say. So just come out loud and ask it. Okay, so Angela and Kimberly both shared when they hopped on that they just want more ideas for the Rockcrok. They've kind of gotten out of the habit of using it. So Barb, Donna, and Deanna, what are you thinking when you registered for the class?
I have actually not used mine yet. I just
Okay. And Donna, I don't know if you can come off mute. Here's Tina. Okay, so I decided to do this class and hi Tina, I did an in-home one last Saturday because at some cooking classes in January and February, I've been having customers tell me like, oh, I have the Rockcrok, but I don't know what to do with it.
right.
And so I thought, okay, that's not good. I don't want somebody to buy something and then not use it. So that's why I decided to do the class. Now, do any of you remember what makes the Rockcrok so amazing or like different from other pieces of cookware and bakeware?
You can use it on the stovetop, put it in the oven. It can go in the dishwasher. I think it can go in the freezer
The microwave too.
and the microwave. Yeah.
And the grill and under the broiler.
Okay.
So
It's a lot.
it's literally a piece of cookware, bakeware, microwaveware, grillware that can do everything. And then you just put it in the dishwasher. And if you have the digital slow cooker stand, it then becomes a crock pot.
Mhm.
So I'm finding that what people basically need to do is kind of have a mindset shift from, oh, I have to have a Rockcrok recipe to use it, switch from that to I can do anything in this. So for example, if you need taco meat for Taco Tuesday, you can use the Rockcrok to brown your ground beef on the stove. You can also brown your ground beef in the Rockcrok in the microwave. So at my class on Saturday, we did that. So put a pound of ground beef in here, put in the microwave for 3 minutes. I used the mix and chop to break it all up. I bet a lot of you have that. And then we did 2.5 more minutes, mixed it up, it was done. And then we just drained the fat off. So that's just one example of just something simple. And so then I asked, okay, what could this ground beef be used for? And they said, oh, tacos, soup, lasagna, sloppy Joe, things like that. Another example, chicken fajitas. You can do your chicken fajitas. So put your chicken, your bell peppers, your onions, your rub, whatever, put it in here. You can do it on the stove. You can cook it in the oven. You can cook it in the microwave. You can do it on slow, low or high in the slow cooker stand. And you're only dirtying but one vessel, which is really nice. So does that kind of help, just real quickly, help you understand how the one vessel can kind of do different things? Okay, so I'm going to do one demo for you tonight. And in the Everyday Rockcrok, I've just got raw chicken. I think it ended up being like maybe 2.5 breasts or something. And you'll notice that I cut the breasts like in quarters because I'm gonna end up shredding it. And the smaller you cut your chicken to begin with, the faster it's gonna cook. So there's no need for me to leave it in the whole breast because I'm gonna shred it at the end. So all that is in there is the chicken. I didn't do any oil, chicken broth, seasoning, or anything. And I'm gonna pop it in the microwave. And I'm gonna do 3 minutes. And one thing you wanna remember when you do microwave Rockcrok cooking is just to stir or flip halfway through. So that's like for the ground beef, that's why I did 3 and then 2.5 minutes so that I could use the mix and chop halfway through. So if you wanted to put seasoning on that, you definitely could. So like if I was going to use this for, fajitas, I could do a taco seasoning on it or chipotle. Or if I was going to use it for like lettuce wraps, I could do an Asian seasoning on it. You can definitely do that, salt and pepper. I just don't need to do it because for this recipe, because what I'm going to do after I shred it is add our new sweet onion sauce and serve it in slider buns for little like shredded chicken sandwiches. Okay, now the everyday Rockcrok that I'm using now is actually not available anymore. It's retired. The only size that's available now is the Dutch oven. They hope to bring the everyday size back out. It's kind of a supply and demand issue. The company that makes them can't keep up with the demand for both. So Pampered Chef said, for now, just focus on the one until I don't know what their problem is, until they get more staff or whatever. So a couple things to remember, and don't feel like you have to write all this down because in your recipe booklet, these tips are in there. But a couple things to remember, the more food you have in your Rockcrok, the longer it's going to take to cook. And that's not anything new. If you think of like a casserole, the more hearty it is, or the more full your dish is, the longer it's going to take to cook in the oven. So same concept for cooking in the microwave. The bigger your chicken, the bigger you leave your chicken, the longer it's going to take to cook as well. Oven, microwave, stove, whichever. Now you can use metal in your Rockcrok, a metal spoon for serving, things like that. It will mark up the bottom. It doesn't hurt the vessel at all. So if you're like me and you want it to like stay looking really, really nice, just use things that have the nylon tips or, wooden spoons or things like that. But metal's not going to hurt it. Now, so I'm cooking up this chicken and then I'm going to shred it. What are some other ways that you could think of to use shredded chicken like that? Like, what would you do with it?
Chicken
Throw
salad.
it in soup,
So throw it in soup. Yep.
chicken salad.
Chicken salad. Yep. Now, after just 3 minutes, the Rockcrok isn't hot. But the more time that you have it in there, the more times you throw it back, the hotter the Rockcrok will get. So I'll just show this. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's not cooked yet. But what I'm going to do is just turn the pieces over and put some inner pieces on the outside, move some outer pieces in, that kind of thing. Now, if I was going to put seasoning, or if I did have seasoning on this, what I would do is put more seasoning on the side that I'm flipping up. And I don't ever measure my seasonings when I'm doing chicken. We just have a rule of no naked chicken. So just cover it up. Where'd my leg go? Okay.
Holly, I have one quick question. It's not
Yep.
related to the cooking part. On my phone, it came up to record or leave the message or leave the meeting.
So yeah, so basically you just have to hit that button that says you understand that I'm recording. It's not going to record on your phone or anything.
Okay, because I see that like an REC flashing, and that just means you're recording.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. I said, yeah, I understood that. So
Okay, so hi, Amy. Hi, Marilyn. I was mentioning earlier that if you have a question, just come off mute and ask it just like Angela did, because the chat is too far away for my eyes to be able to read it. But what we are doing is cooking chicken in the Rockcrok, and it's 2.5 chicken breasts that I just quartered because I'm going to end up shredding it. So the smaller your chicken pieces, the faster it's going to cook, since I'm going to shred it at the end anyways. I did not put any seasoning on it or anything, just put the chicken in there. 3 minutes, you saw me flipping it over, and then I just did 3 more minutes. And then we were talking about, like Barb said, you could use that chicken for chicken salad. Angela said for soups. You could just season it and just put it on top of a green salad, things like that. So it's an easy way to cook chicken. It's also an easy way to cook ground beef. We talked about that earlier. Pound of ground beef, 3 minutes, chop it up 2.5, 3 more minutes, it's done. And then you've got your meat for sloppy joes, lasagnas, taco, meaty spaghetti sauce, things like that. So Marilyn and Tina, if you can come off mute and just share, do you have a Rockcrok? And why did you decide to register for this class?
I do have one. I haven't used it yet for
Okay.
several. And I bought it because one of my coworkers does the cake in it at work. So
Okay,
like chocolate lava cake.
Yep.
So yeah, but I
Yeah.
would like to use it for meals as well as dessert.
more than just cake. Got it. Marilyn or Terry, if you want to share.
And I guess I'm the same way. I have a Rockcrok and I've never really used it.
Okay. Terry, what about you? You'll have to come off mute if you can find the button.
Yeah, I did. And sorry, I'm late, lost track of time. We actually use ours all the time. And honestly, I can't even think at the moment. I've had it for several years, but we use it for just about anything. We have the old base, not the slow cooker base. And we've also used it on the stove for just vegetables, green beans. We cook meat in it. Now, when I first got it, I did more probably than I do now, just as far as different things. I just use it for basics right now, just
Okay,
to cook
awesome.
on the stove, or I've used it in the oven before, and in the microwave. So it's
Awesome.
wonderful that it can go any place.
Yes, and I love that you shared all that because we talked about earlier that a lot of people sign up for this class because they're not using it. They don't know what to do with it. They've never used it. And I said, you kind of need a mindset shift from I need a Rockcrok recipe to what you just said, Terry, I can do anything in it. So vegetables in the oven or on the stove, like you said, ground beef in the microwave or on the stove. At my class on Saturday, I just heated meatballs in it on the stove with our sweet onion sauce and just let it simmer on low. So because, like Terry said, you can use it everywhere, microwave, oven, stove, broiler, grill, the slow cooker stand. It can do anything. So you don't have to have just a Rockcrok recipe. So that's probably the biggest mindset shift that you need to have if you're not using it. So let me show you this chicken. So it's 3 minutes and 3 minutes, and it is done. Getting some clean tongs here. And I'm just gonna put it in this classic batter bowl. And now I'm gonna show you all the liquid that is left in here. Because it basically just created its own chicken broth. Those of you who hopped on a little bit late, I didn't add anything to this. No broth, oil, or seasoning.
Hey, Holly,
Yeah,
can the Rockcrok go on the flat top?
yes.
Okay,
So you just want to keep in mind that if you have a glass stove, don't slide it, but lift it. And most people who have a glass top know that anyways. So
How long did you cook that chicken for in the microwave?
it was 3 minutes and 3 minutes. So it produced 3/4 cup of chicken broth
Wow.
from just that straight chicken. So right there, that tells you that this chicken is not going to be dry, right? Because of all that chicken broth. All right, let me clean up my spill real quick.
Holly, that was the microwave, not the regular oven?
Yeah, this is my microwave.
Oh, it looks like a regular oven. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, I never thought about that before, but yeah, it's actually a microwave and convection oven. Because I wanted a double oven, but I didn't want a microwave on my counter and I didn't want a drawer microwave. And so this is the combination. So yeah, that's an oven. So now I'm just shredding this chicken with the salad choppers. And I'm sure several of you have these salad choppers.
I actually just shredded chicken with that tonight for our
Yay!
dinner. I just didn't cook it in the microwave like that. That was, I never thought about that, of how quick that is. And
It's
the rock
very, very quick. So one tip I shared at the beginning, when you are using the microwave for the Rockcrok, you just want to remember halfway through to stir or to flip. So like I flipped the chicken halfway through and kind of moved some inner pieces to the outer side and things like that. Now, if your chicken breasts were bigger, it would take longer. But I knew I was shredding this, and so there's no point in leaving the chicken breasts full. All right, just making sure I don't have any big chunks. It's funny, they call these salad choppers. I'm not sure I've ever used them on salad. Okay, well, let me get my rock. So then I can do a couple different things. Dog is watching me from the corner. I'm gonna put this back in this Rockcrok and smother it with our new sweet onion sauce. And I can put it back in the microwave to heat up that sweet onion sauce. Or I can put this on the stove on low and just let it heat up. Or I can put it in the digital slow cooker stand on warm and just let it heat up. So 3 different options. I guess I could put it in the oven, but that seems like a waste of energy and time. All right, so let me get a scraper here. This new sweet onion sauce is my favorite. I think I've gone through 3 bottles already.
Wow.
Just on chicken, like grilled chicken once we did it, and then I've done it on meatballs, and then I'm excited to try it on these shredded chicken sandwiches. I just got little slider buns. So, all right. I'm actually going, and it's still not really even that hot just after 6 minutes. I'm gonna use the slow cooker stand. Put that in here, and I'm just gonna do warm. Now, once it does get hot, I grab my silicone oven mitts. Those are really, really nice. I set it on this nesting trivet when it came out of the microwave. Okay, so let me screen share here and show you the recipe booklet that I'm going to email you. And hit me with any questions while I'm bringing this up.
I know there is probably a difference, but what is the difference in the old Rockcrok stand and this slow cooker?
It's just digital. The new one is digital.
It's digital, so it's not really any different as far as how it cooks. It's just that
No,
it's
so
okay.
yeah, Terry, if you like, I'm gonna shut this blind real quick. Sun was hitting me in the eyes. I had a cooking show last night, and there was only one spot in the family room I could sit to avoid the sun, like hitting me in the eye. But yeah, Terry, if you're happy with the stand you have now, that's totally fine. The digital one has a low, high, warm, and a timer. And then this part, Terry, you can see the top part. This doesn't get hot like the one that you have does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's
Well,
the.
Can you
that's-
buy just the stand?
Yeah, yeah.
Just that? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so you can buy the stand, you can buy the set, which includes the Dutch oven and the stand, or you can just buy the Dutch oven. So combine them together, you can buy
I
them.
think I already have the Dutch oven
Yep.
and the smaller,
Smaller one.
yeah.
I was telling everybody earlier that the small size is no longer available. So
Oh, really?
just- yeah, just
Okay.
the Dutch oven. Good question. What other questions do you all have? So this is what I'm going to email you. And what I recommend is that you just keep your Rockcrok out on your counter for a while as that visual reminder to start using it. Because out of sight, out of mind, you'll forget to use it. And then once you're in the habit of using it, you'll be more likely to grab it when you're cooking. All right, so this first page goes over like the ground beef that I talked about. making sure that you stir halfway through, things like that. Now, once in a while, I might mention the deep covered baker. That's a piece of stoneware. Anything that you can do in the deep covered baker, you can do in the Rockcrok. So if it says deep covered baker, it's Rockcrok too. Oh, lost my cursor. There we go. So I've got bread here. I've got some appetizers, pork in the microwave, another appetizer, chicken with rice. This is what I'm doing right now. I just didn't do the smoky barbecue rub seasoning to begin with because I don't have any right now. So you don't need to. I just smothered it with more barbecue sauce at the end. Here's the chicken fajitas I talked about. I made this last night at the cooking party and everybody loved it. I always do zucchini instead of the broccoli, because that's just personal preference, but you can do whatever any vegetables you want. And actually it's the lemon garlic rub. And then Fiesta chicken. This makes a lot of food. And this is an example of a recipe that has a lot of ingredients and it's going to take longer to cook. So because it's got 2 cans of black beans and quite a bit of chicken, it takes a significant more time to cook in the microwave than just this plain chicken does. But it's still ready in less than 20 minutes. And I have a similar recipe that you make in like a 9x13 in the oven that takes 45 minutes. So it's still significantly less time than an oven recipe. Omelet, chowder, 2 soup recipes, a chicken pasta recipe, basic linguine, Asian recipe. And then down here, okay, so Tina mentioned the lava cake. The s'mores cake is my favorite cake that we make in the Rockcrok. And I think here's the lava cake she was talking about. So it's a basic cake mix that you just make according to the directions, and then you dollop tub frosting on top and microwave it uncovered for 11 to 12 minutes. And so that's a lot faster than making a cake and baking it in the oven and things like that. You can even do brownies. They only take 5 minutes. So here's an example: deep covered baker or Rockcrok. That's what that means. A cherry recipe. And then I made this at the class on Saturday. This is really good. So much faster than making an apple crisp in the oven. Apple spice cake. And then these are recipes that are directly off my website, and I'll show you how to get there. But there are a lot of recipes on my website for the Rockcrok. These are ones that we really like. So if you've gone through all the other recipes, then you can get on my website. So let me show you how to do that. So when you go to my website, you're going to use the search bar. If you're on your phone, it's a magnifying glass. And you're just going to type in Rockcrok and then click search. And then it's automatically going to go to products because they want you to buy stuff, right? So over here under content type, you're just going to click on recipes. And it has lots of different recipes. So even more than I mentioned in the booklet. And you can use that tip for any product. So if you have, I don't know, the large bar pan, you can type in bar pan and then click on recipes and recipes will come up. So, okay, questions. So you just have to start thinking, okay, this is a piece of cookware. This is a piece of bakeware. I can do veggies in this. I can do cake, like everything in this. Any questions?
Nope.
If you do use it on the grill, you just can't use the glass lid on the grill, but most people know not to put glass on a grill. And then same thing under the broiler, you need to take the glass lid off.
Just a quick comment, Holly. Thank you so much for doing these because these little short bursts and in your helpful hints really, I'm going to do the same thing. I listened to you when you said leave the multi-cooker out on the counter and I've been using it. So I'll
Oh,
do this,
good,
the Rockcrok. Thank you.
good. Awesome. Tina took my pressure cooking class, so that's good to know.
That
Awesome.
Rockcrok came out right after I bought my deep covered baker. So it was like, I should have waited. But
Well,
then when I
I
saw
was,
they were gonna discontinue it, I went ahead and grabbed the everyday pan.
Barb, I was looking through my notes of doing a Rockcrok class, and the last time I had done a class like this was at your house 9 years ago for the
Yep.
deep covered baker. I still had my notes, so that
Yep.
was kind of funny. Yeah. Okay, so like I promised, since you registered for the class, I will send you a discount shopping link if that interests you. It does expire on Saturday, and these are all the specials going on right now. So on the top right, if you spend $90 or more after the discount, you get your choice of these microwave grip sets set for free, which does work on the handles of the Rockcrok, the metal straws, or a stainless steel mini whipper. If you have the smaller Rockcrok and you'd really like the Dutch oven, you can host a party and get it 60% off this month or 50% off any month. There are all sorts of different party styles there down at the bottom, hostess rewards, discount shared rewards, or a fundraiser. And then if you're interested in earning some extra income through the business and joining my team, you can actually start this month for only $25. So, but I will email everything to everybody this evening, probably after I feed my own family. And any last minute questions before we hop off?
Holly, I just have to say, if I had your charisma with this, I would have done much better at selling. I've tried selling like 2 or 3 times and I just don't have it. So
I wasn't this enthusiastic and personable and stuff when I first got started because I was so shy. I told the gals at my show last night, like, this isn't my first rodeo. I've had a little bit of practice, but I was definitely motivated to make it work, and it's definitely blessed my family. So
I've sold twice, or been a consultant, I think twice, maybe even 3 times. And now it's totally different though with Facebook and online parties. I stopped this last time before that really got big because I just wasn't good at getting the parties or encouraging people to book a party, I guess.
the social media world definitely has made it a little bit easier to reach more people.
Right.
For sure. So, all right. And any other questions that you thought of?
No, just thank you, Holly. I do appreciate your tips.
You're
and
welcome.
everything.
And just if you've got a question about your Rockcrok after the fact, just email me or Facebook message me or whatever. If you have something you need help troubleshooting. So, but just start using it. It's the best thing you can do.